Hello, amazing, beautiful beings. This is Milena. Today we're going to talk about how to become a sovereign being. Because in this day and age, especially right now, it is very, very, very trendy and modern, and including myself, to talk about empowerment, stepping into your power, becoming a sovereign being, being your own authority. These are all amazing things, and they also sound very, very, very cool. But what does that actually mean? And how to discover where we're giving our power away? Why are we doing that? Who and what are we seeing as the authority in our lives? And how to bring things back to our center? How to start trusting that authority that we have within us, that is ourselves. Now, one of the very first things that we can do in order to start discovering that is to create a list of all the entities, the people, the organizations that we think hold authority. It might be the government, it might be some sort of organization, the CDC, for example, or the World Health Organization, or a spiritual teacher, for example, a teacher that we've had as a young child, a parent, or somebody else in our lives that we feel we trust, we feel is very knowledgeable, somebody who regularly or from time to time gives us information on key things in life. Who are those authority figures for you? Create your list. Is it one of your parents? Yes or no? One of your children, friends? Is it a spiritual teacher whose work you've been following, or several spiritual teachers, for example? Do you trust and rely on the government? Do you trust and rely on articles that are written or published by Harvard University, for example? Are there others? For all of us, there are trusted sources of information where we think then that we inform ourselves, we listen to them or whatever, and then we make our own informed decisions. But this is tricky, and there's a fine line, because very often, instead of taking this information and really taking the time to filter everything, to connect with ourselves, with our soul, with our higher self, and test and scan that information for resonance, for dissonance, for truth and untruth, we tend to accept it because this is something that we've deemed a trusted source, an authority in our lives. And those are invisible, for example. If it has been our parents that we've trusted our whole life, or a friend who we think is very knowledgeable or and insightful, or an institution that we've been trained and conditioned to trust, we tend to take this information and then we claim that the opinions that we have based on those articles or sources of information or whatever are our own. But that is not necessarily the case. I know it takes a little bit of time, and becoming sovereign people does come with that responsibility of being diligent and doing the work of, okay, I trust this person. Maybe I love this person. This person has given me a lot of great tools and a lot of really, really, really valuable information. Still, this doesn't mean that everything that they tell us all the time is something that will be resonant for us, something that will be good, quote unquote, for us. We scan it, we filter it through our own inner knowing and compass, especially when this is something that determines actions and decisions that might have big consequences when it comes to our own lives and our own experience. Because when we have been conditioned and learned to trust certain things and people and entities and organizations or whatever, we rarely go and we scan all of the information. We rarely go and test it and ask ourselves and go deep within, drop it into our own light, if you wish, and wait for an answer to see and feel how we feel about it. And yes, it's okay to listen to experts, but play and think and see different perspectives. And then always, 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 always go back to you. Becoming empowered is not about following what we have been told without questioning it. You are not here because you listened to everything your parents told you to do. You're not here and you're not who you have become because you listened and you followed everything that your teachers told you to do, everything that your parents told you to do, everything that your peers or employers or whatever told you to do. I'm not talking about being a rebel for the sake of being a rebel. But I'm talking about being skeptical, being smart, being sovereign in the way we accept or test information, the way we discern what to do and what not. Because the ultimate authority is always you. You're the director of your own experience, and you are the one who's going to have the consequences of that experience and that choice. Whatever it is that you choose to integrate, incorporate, whatever information you choose to accept or even follow. And see if maybe you have been believing or following or allowing certain bits of information that do not quite resonate with you to affect your choices, the way you feel, or the way you live your life. Then you know that you have freed yourself, you have consciously stepped into your power, and you have now become a sovereign being. And if you need more help integrating that into your own life, book a session at askmilena.com. Remember to subscribe to my newsletter as well as the channel, and click on the bell down below so that you can get notified of all future videos which come out on Friday. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.